Hello everyone. Welcome back to today's story. In this episode, we witness a deeply emotional reunion as De finally returns home after a long and exhausting journey. As cold winds sweep through the village and anxiety fills the quiet house, Huyền and Maya wait with heavy hearts. But when a familiar motorbike sound breaks the silence, everything changes. Dee's safe return, a simple bouquet of flowers, and the warmth of family come together to create a moment that washes away weeks of worry and distance. Stay with us until the end to experience how love, sacrifice, and togetherness turn an ordinary night into a memory they'll carry forever. And don't forget to subscribe to help us reach 500 subscribers. Your support means the world to us. The cold arrives quietly, the kind that seeps into your bones before you even realize it. Outside, the monsoon wind keeps sweeping through the village, carrying the damp smell of wet soil and fallen leaves. The sky hangs low and gray, as if it might start raining again at any moment. Inside the small yard, Huyền sits close to a modest fire, rubbing her hands together, trying to chase away the chill. The flames flicker weakly, but their warmth is comforting enough to calm her racing thoughts, at least a little. Her eyes drift toward the narrow road beyond the gate. Every few minutes, she looks up, hoping to see a familiar shape, then looks away again when there's nothing but darkness and wind. Her mind refuses to rest. She keeps imagining Dee riding alone on a long stretch of road, rain pouring down, cold biting through his jacket. She wonders if he remembered to bring something warm, if his motorbike is holding up, if the storms have made the road dangerous. She doesn't say these worries out loud, but they swirl endlessly in her chest. Behind her, Maya plays quietly, drawing shapes in the dirt with a stick. Suddenly she freezes, tilts her head, and her eyes light up. "Mom! Uncle Dee is back!" Maya shouts, jumping to her feet. Huyền exhales sharply, almost laughing. "Don't tease me like that," she says gently, assuming Maya is just trying to lighten the mood. But then, there it is, a sound she knows all too well. The low, uneven hum of a motorbike engine approaching from the distance. Huyền heart skips. The sound grows louder, clearer, until the motorbike finally appears at the end of the road, its headlight cutting through the mist. In that instant, all her worries collapse into a single rush of emotion. She stands up so quickly, the chair nearly tips over. The bike rolls into the yard and stops. Dee takes off his helmet, his hair messy from the long ride, his face tired but unmistakably smiling. Before he can even say a word, Maya runs straight into his arms. "Uncle Dee!" she cries, wrapping herself around him as tightly as she can. Day laughs, the kind of laugh that comes from deep relief. He lifts her up effortlessly, spinning her once despite the exhaustion in his shoulders. "Did you behave while I was gone?" he asks, pretending to be serious. Maya nods eagerly. "I was very good. I helped Mom too." Huyền stands a few steps away, her eyes glistening. For a moment, she can't move. Seeing him here, safe, smiling, real, feels almost unreal. Dee notices her hesitation and reaches into the basket tied to the back of his motorbike. He pulls out a simple bouquet of flowers, slightly crumpled from the long journey, but still beautiful. "These are for you," he says, walking toward her. Huyền throat tightens. "You didn't have to bring anything," she whispers, accepting the flowers with trembling hands. "All I wanted was for you to come back safely." Dee smiles softly. "I know, but today felt right." Maya giggles. "Mom, he even fixed his bike himself." Dee nods. "Had to. Riding it all this way wasn't easy, but it saved money. Shipping fees are too high these days." Huyen looks at him, half worried, half grateful. Before she can scold him for taking such risks, Maya suddenly demands, "Uncle D, carry Mom too." Day laughs again. Without hesitation, he slips one arm around Huyen and lifts her just enough to make her squeal in surprise. For a brief moment, all the fatigue from the road disappears. The cold air feels warmer, the wind gentler, as if even the night is giving them space to reunite. Maya quickly runs off and comes back holding a new umbrella. "Look, I got this." Dee reaches into his bag again and pulls out a small teddy bear, handing it to her. Maya's face lights up, and she hugs it tightly, laughing so loudly it echoes under the eaves. The tension that had been hanging over the house for days finally breaks. It's as if a heavy rain has passed, leaving behind calm air and clear ground. The wind still blows, but it no longer feels threatening. The three of them stand close together, their shadows overlapping in the firelight, laughter pushing away the cold. Later, inside the cozy kitchen, Day sits by the table while Huyen prepares dinner. The fire crackles beneath the stove as she slices radish and marinates pork. The smell of garlic and oil slowly fills the room. Dee talks about the journey, his voice calm, almost casual, as if riding for days through wind and rain is nothing unusual. "I rode most of the way," he admits. 3 days. I wanted to save as much as I could. Maya's school fees are coming up." Huyen pauses, turning to look at him. "That's dangerous," she says quietly. Day shrugs with a smile. "I'm used to it." Then his tone changes. He tells her about stopping by her old house in the south, curious to see it again. His voice lowers as he describes what he found. Floodwater everywhere. The house gone. Only a few tall chinaberry trees left standing. The foundation had been eaten away. The ground sunken deep. Huyen's hands tremble slightly. For a moment, memories flood back. Of that house. Of everything it once meant. Then she exhales slowly. "Maybe it's a good thing we left when we did," she says. "If we had stayed..." She doesn't finish the sentence, but they both understand. Day nods. Sometimes fate moves us before we even know why. As they cook together, the heaviness fades. Maya runs in and out of the kitchen, her laughter bouncing off the walls. The simple act of standing together, sharing stories, stirring the pot, feels like shelter from every storm they've faced. The dinner is modest, but warm. Rice, pork, radish, nothing fancy, yet everything tastes better when eaten together. Dee smiles, saying the food is better than anything he ate on the road. Huyen serves him extra meat. Maya eats enthusiastically, proudly announcing how hungry she is. As night deepens, they help Maya with her homework, prepare warm water for baths, and talk quietly about the future. The fire burns steadily, strong against the cold wind outside. In this small, warm space, nothing else seems to matter. Not the distance, not the hardships, just the simple happiness of being together again. The night grows deeper. and the cold presses harder against the thin walls of the house. Outside, the wind whistles softly, brushing past the bamboo fence and rattling the loose tin near the shed. Inside, though, the atmosphere feels completely different. The fire under the kettle crackles steadily, filling the kitchen with a gentle warmth that seems to settle directly into their hearts. After dinner, Dee insists on washing the dishes, even though Huyền protests. "You just got back," she says, trying to take the bowl from his hands. "You should rest." He shakes his head, smiling. "Let me do this. It feels good to be useful here again." Huyền doesn't argue further. She watches him quietly, noticing the small details she missed during his absence. The way his sleeves are slightly frayed, the faint stiffness in his movements when he bends. All signs of a long, exhausting journey, and yet his expression is peaceful, as if every mile was worth it just to stand here now. Maya finishes her homework at the table, swinging her legs back and forth. Every few minutes, she looks up to make sure Dee is still there, as if afraid he might disappear again. When he catches her staring, he winks, making her giggle. Later, after Maya has taken a warm bath and curled up under her blanket, the house finally grows quiet. Only the sound of the fire and the wind outside remains. Day steps into the small living area, where Huyền is folding clothes near the lamp. He hesitates for a moment, then reaches into his bag again. "There's something else," he says. Huyền looks up, surprised. "What now?" He pulls out another bouquet, smaller this time, simpler. The flowers are wild and uneven, clearly picked along the road. Some petals are bent, some leaves still damp. But the moment Huyền sees them, her eyes soften. "I picked these earlier," Day explains. "Didn't have much money left, so I thought these might be better." Huyền stands up slowly and takes the bouquet. For a second, she can't speak. Then she smiles, a smile full of gratitude and emotion. "They're perfect," she says softly, "because you thought of me." Dee exhales, relieved, as if he had been holding his breath the entire day, just waiting for this moment. They sit down together near the fire. The flames reflect in their eyes, dancing quietly as the night stretches on. Without rushing, without pressure, they talk about things they rarely have time to say out loud. Dee speaks about the road, about sleeping at small roadside shelters, eating cheap meals, and counting every coin before deciding whether to spend it. He admits there were moments when his hands went numb from the cold, when the rain blurred his vision so badly he had to stop and wait it out. "I kept thinking," he says, staring into the fire, "if I can just get back to you and Maya, everything else won't matter." Huyền listens carefully. When he finishes, she reaches for his hand. "Next time," she says gently, "we'll face things together. Don't carry everything alone." He nods, squeezing her fingers. The conversation shifts naturally toward the future. Dee talks about finding more stable work nearby, something that won't require long trips. He mentions saving up to fix the house properly, maybe even expanding the small garden out back. Huyền talks about her plans to trade goods at the local market again, now that transportation is easier with the motorbike. Maya's growing fast, Huyền adds quietly. She needs stability. Dee smiles. "That's why I'm here." The words hang between them, simple but powerful. Outside, the wind slowly calms. The rain never comes. It's as if the storm, sensing their reunion, has chosen to pass them by. Huyền pours hot water into 2 cups of tea. Steam rises, curling into the air like a sigh of relief. They sit in silence for a while, listening to the night. Not an empty silence, but one filled with understanding. Later, Day checks on Maya. She's sleeping deeply, one arm wrapped around the teddy bear he gave her. He tucks the blanket closer around her shoulders, his expression softening. Huyền stands in the doorway, watching him. "She missed you so much," she whispers. "I missed her more," he replies quietly. Back in the living area, Dee suddenly grows serious. "There's something I've been thinking about," he says. "Once everything settles, maybe we should finally complete the procedures, make things official." Huyền heart skips. She knows what he means. No dramatic proposals, no grand promises, just a sincere wish to build a real future together. She nods slowly. When the time is right. They don't rush the conversation. There's no need. The idea itself feels warm enough. As the fire begins to die down, Dee adds another piece of wood, watching the flames grow stronger again. The steady light fills the room, pushing back the shadows. Outside, the night feels less intimidating now. Before heading to bed, Dee steps outside for a moment. He looks up at the dark sky, breathing in the cold air. The road he traveled feels far away already, like a different life. When he turns back toward the house, the light spilling from the window guides him home. Inside, Huyền is already preparing the bedding. She glances up when he enters. "Cold?" she asks. "Not anymore," he answers. They lie down, exhaustion finally catching up to him. Yet, even as his eyes close, Dee feels lighter than he has in months. The worry, the distance, the uncertainty, all of it fades into the background. In the quiet of the night, surrounded by the people he loves most, Dee realizes something simple but profound. Happiness doesn't come from escaping hardship. It comes from having someone to return to when the road is long and the storm is strong. The fire's last embers glow softly, the wind outside settles, and the house rests in peaceful silence. Proof that even after the coldest journeys, warmth is waiting at home.